up, world, and welcome. So, I just saw The Greatest Showman, and I really wanted to talk to you guys about it because I know that most of you guys have seen this movie and that you have very strong opinions about it. So, after seeing all of you guys' reactions and posts on my social media, I decided I had to go check it out for myself. And I hadn't heard any of the music, I barely saw any trailers, so I went in totally like almost totally cold. I have no idea of P.T. Barnum's like real life, like what actually happened. So I'm not going to judge the movie on whether or not it was historically accurate. So don't worry about that. I'm only going to judge it as a film. Let's talk about what I liked first. I really liked the acting and the singing. Everybody turned in amazing performances. Like Hugh Jackman rocks as P.T. Barnum. You know, Michelle Williams was really good. Zac Efron was really good. Rebecca Ferguson was really good. All these people I didn't even know were in the movie. Like I knew Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron and Zendaya were in it, but beyond that, I had no idea. So that was pretty cool to see them in a movie like this because Michelle Williams is a really serious actor usually, and I've only seen Rebecca Ferguson in a handful of things. But to see them in kind of this fun, upbeat movie was pretty cool. So I enjoyed that. I love the music. Like this is from the music was done by the same people that gave us Dear Evan Hansen, La La Land, Dogfight, like all these wonderful, wonderful scores and soundtracks, and musicals. Same people did this. Music was fantastic. Like every single song was like, oh man, this is my jam. And then another song would come on and be like, no, this is my jam. Another song, oh man, this is my jam. So it was all my jam. The movie was my jam. That sounded stupid. But so I liked that. I liked, the choreography was really cool. The cinematography, just the way everything was staged and set up was really like it had a really vibrant energy to it, which I really appreciated. So I found that really fun. Let's talk about some of the things I didn't really like about the movie. The movie pulls every single one of its punches. Now, what I mean by that is it doesn't give you time to really feel the pain of the character. Like if something goes wrong in the character's life, it's almost immediately fixed in the next scene. So you don't have time to really fall back and be like, oh no, this happened. How are they going to get out of that? It's like, oh no, this happened. Oh wait, no, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So and to me, it doesn't, the movie didn't really work because of that. Because there's lots of really upbeat and like rousing musical numbers. But when you take the music away from the movie, take away all the style, the music, the lyrics, everything away and peel it back, there's not a lot to it. I mean, you have this story of this kind of rags to riches with P.T. Barnum. Like he starts off being this really poor kid and you can kind of see how he was mistreated, but it's all in a musical montage. And by the end of the montage, he's a fully grown adult and he gets the girl of his dreams and they get married and they go and live like live the dream life. And he's like, oh, I want to give you more. I want like we're poor, but we're happy, but soon we're going to be rich and happy. And like he tries to make a museum. And the museum doesn't really work out, like nobody goes to it. But in the very next scene, he's like, oh, this is what I can add to my museum. And then in the next scene, everybody goes to his museum and he becomes rich and famous just like that. So the movie is full of just things that happen that you would normally think is a big deal. You're like, oh man, this is going to really, throw a wrench into the character's plans. And then it's just breezed over and everyone's happy again. It's like the movie kind of babies you. It's like, oh no, no, shh, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. See, everything's better, everything's better. Like, don't worry, don't cry, because everything's gonna be better in the next scene. And for that reason, the movie tries to be inspiring, right? And instead of being inspiring, it's only uplifting. Because you think of the most inspiring movies you've ever seen. Like, and if you say Greatest Showman, like, don't think Greatest Showman, just think of, like, other inspiring movies that there are. Like, for me, Braveheart, Whiplash, Gladiator, Good Will Hunting, Remember the Titans. What makes these movies inspiring? It's about a character, overcoming insurmountable odds and achieving their goals or their dreams or whatever it is they set out in the movie to achieve. In this movie, the character he achieves what he sets out to achieve, but there's no insurmountable odds. Like anytime something happens, it's immediately fixed. So every odds, like the odds are very surmountable instead of insurmountable. I'm sorry, it's early in the morning, guys. It's like 1 o'clock, but I had to talk about this. And so for that reason, you're not really inspired. You're not leaving the movie just like, yeah, man, I'm so pumped. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna crush every obstacle in life. You're just like, oh, that was a good time. I feel happy inside. But you can tell the movie really tries to inspire you because I mean the music, the lyrics, just the way that like it tries to make you feel. But because it doesn't take you, it doesn't really allow you to see, you know, what's really going on inside the characters. It just kind of feels artificial. And you're like, well, Josh, it's a musical. Like, it doesn't have to try and be Good Will Hunting. It's just a musical. It's just supposed to be fun. Well, take the most schmaltzy musicals you've ever seen. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat has a song, Close Every Door. Cats, the schmaltziest, most nothing musical in the world, has Memory. Like, there's not a single song in this movie where you really feel what's going on in the characters' mind or their heart. Like no character lays themselves bare in a song. There's not really a soliloquy where like something goes wrong and they're singing about it. It's all this upbeat, like really catchy, fun, uplifting stuff. Like there might be one song where like it starts off kind of morose and then at the end it just like builds and it's happy again, but it doesn't give you enough time to feel it. Or it didn't give me enough time to feel it. I mean, maybe you watched it and like you got so inspired that you went out and changed the world and good for you. But for me, I just didn't feel it enough. I wasn't allowed to go on the journey of these characters. It just kind of showed their greatest moments and like little highlight reels, and that's about it. There's a romance between Zendaya's character and Zac Efron's character, and there's nothing to it. Like they go from barely holding hands to like singing a song about rewriting the stars and how everything's going to be great. And at the end of the song, she's like, oh, wait, no, I don't want you anymore. And then he almost dies in a fire. She's like, wait, no, you're the one that I want. But you never really see who these people are. You just kind of see, oh, they like each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all very on the surface type stuff. You don't get in deep. You don't get, and it doesn't have to be Les Miserables. It doesn't have to be depressing. It doesn't have to like, get it down and gritty. But I want at least some realism. I want something to really like know what these characters are actually going through rather than them sing a song how it's going to be all right. But I mean, all that being said, it's still a really enjoyable film. Like you'll leave feeling good about yourself. Like you'll have a good time. It doesn't quite hit all the marks that I think it tries to. Anyway, you guys, those are my thoughts on The Greatest Showman. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I might have more videos coming. I haven't been very good at this. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, I have been Josh Bone, and this has been my review of The Greatest Showman. Catch you later.